Dear future generations. That's an anonymous message for you. Be careful. You have been born in a world that it's very hostile, sad, and full of misery and suffering. You live in a world where a network of greedy people and institutions are secretly ruling and exploiting the rest of us. You will be enslaved and mistreated in every possible way. The earth has become a human farm, and a network of elites are exploiting all of us. In this video, dear future generations, I would like to warn you about the dangers of the world you are living in. Although you will be billions of human beings sharing the planet, you will be ruled and exploited only by a few. Nowadays, only a handful of persons accumulate the same wealth that the rest of us. These people have destroyed our world and will control every aspect of your lives. They will steal your wealth, will persuade you to kill each other, will convince you to spend your little money in things you don't need, and will dumb you down to such an extent that you won't realize how you are being looted by a few. That's the world where you have been born, and you, future generations, will become cattle like most of us, unless you listen our advice. First thing we should warn you about, it's about yourself, about your human nature. We, humans, were irrational animals driven by instincts only a few 100,000 years ago. Although in the last stages of our evolution we developed a high intelligence, these instincts still play a strong influence over our behavior. Like animals, we are by nature tribal creatures, prone to not trust outsiders and get into conflict with them. We are territorial, we are possessive, we have strong ego, a huge sexual appetite, and all these instincts will make you prone to fight and compete with other fellow human beings. To prevent your animal nature from taking control of yourself, you will need to meditate. You will need to spend some time a day looking inwardly and becoming aware of yourself. Self-awareness is the only tool that will allow you to transcend your irrational animal nature and become an enlightened being. Dear future generations, unless you become aware of your own existence, chaos, suffering, and destruction will reign your lives. Another thing we should warn you about, it's the educational system. The school, it's a place where you will spend most of your life till you turn 18. The goal of this institution is to dumb you down. During your youth, you will feel curious about the world, you will ask yourself many questions, and you will have an insatiable craving for learning. You will have the potential to become an artist, a wise human being, but that is something the elites don't want you to become, and therefore, they will place you in the indoctrination system, where you will be kept busy, learning irrelevant things, to ensure that by the time you are an adult, you don't have a fucking clue of how the world works. You will be so ignorant that you won't even realize that you are being exploited before your eyes. So dear future generations, you will definitely be idiots if you only have learned what has been taught to you in the schools. Unless you do research by yourselves, you will be ignorant creatures who will destroy themselves.
But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. You know something? They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers.